Hello, and welcome back to homeschoolcurriculumcenter.com. We are your source for curriculum reviews and resources. We give you information on everything homeschool, from top curriculum choices to free curriculum options, best online curriculum, and resources for every subject. So, welcome back. Thank you for joining us on today. We are back with another great homeschooling resource. Today's resource is a math resource called Math You See. This is a very popular homeschool curriculum amongst the homeschool community. Let's take a look at what it's all about. So, Math You See is a curriculum for grades 1st through 12th. It includes a student workbook, teacher's manual, DVD teacher instructional videos, and lifetime digital lessons. It is a mastery-based curriculum. So what that means is students will review those skills over and over and again until they have totally learned or mastered those skills. So it comes with short video lessons and simple explanations. It includes a placement test, so you know the exact skill level where to place your students or your children, and you can determine what level to start your students on. It is a good foundation for addition and subtraction. It is easy to use for both student and teacher. It uses what's called manipulatives. So these are hands-on tools to visually represent and demonstrate math concepts. Remember, it's on that mastery approach methodology there, and it's suitable for all levels 1st through 12th. So what makes them different? They use those manipulatives. As you can see, there's a couple of examples here. So these are little hands-on tools that helps to visually represent math. Okay, this deepens understanding, it increases retention, and it makes math more interesting to all students. It takes those abstract math concepts and put them in a visual format. So manipulatives are a great option, especially for the younger grade levels. They also use what's called conceptual understanding. So students go beyond memorization and they develop those mathematical skills on a deeper understanding. So really understanding those skills and concepts before moving on to other skills in math. They also have a simple design, so it's easy to use for both students and teachers or students and parents. So their guide of instruction includes introducing the concepts, reviewing, practicing, and then mastering those concepts. Each lesson incorporates multiple tools such as videos, manipulatives, lesson practice worksheets, systematic review pages, and supplemental resources. They also have that skills-based placement assessment. So their curriculum is not grade-based, okay? So you will not see grade 1 or grade 3. You will not see any grade levels. It is more skill-based. Let's take a look at that really quickly here so you can see what I'm referring to when I say skill-based versus grade level. So Math You See curriculum, it's here. You can go to their website as well to order it. So the curriculum is an individualized learning experience. It focuses on mastering those fundamental concepts and skills before moving on to a new topic. It allows students to learn at their own pace. It includes resources to meet individual learning needs, from supplemental practice to enrichment activities. So before we go out to their layout, you can look at their 4-step approach to teaching their lessons. So the first step is preparation. So in the preparation level, you prepare for the lesson. So instructors should review the lesson materials by following these steps. You look over the materials in the instruction manual, watch the lesson videos, and just to kind of become familiar with the worksheets in the student workbooks, okay? This depends on lesson and if there are, other related activities, tips, suggestions, related activities. This may vary per lesson, but you do want to take a few minutes to kind of review that manual and then the workbook and the video lessons, okay? Then you present the material to your children. So work together with your student using examples from the instruction manual or the first lesson practice page. Work the problems together to utilize build, write, say method. So with build, use the manipulatives to demonstrate and model the problems. The write portion is write down step-by-step solutions or working through the problems. And then say, talk through the why of the concept as you build and write. So that's really important because a lot of times students will learn how to do certain skills, but not know why they're doing that. Why is this way, right? So that's a great concept. So the build, write, say concept within the Math You See curriculum really helps students to understand why we're doing these particular steps. Why does this work out to be this way in math? Then the next step is to practice. So you will have your students to practice those particular skills there. So with practice, that is how you achieve mastery, how students really learn how to hone in on those skills and really learn and understand those concepts. So mastery means that the student not only understands a new concept, but can also apply the concept independently to solve a problem. It also means that the student can teach back the concept using the build, write, say method. So you want to practice, practice, practice. They have practice pages in the workbook. This allows students to practice a new concept until mastery is achieved. It allows students to work independently, but you're also there to give them that help, right? And then there's progression, the progression portion of their lesson. So have your student demonstrated mastery? Do they really know the concept? If so, you can move on to the systematic review pages for that lesson to be sure they have learned those skills. If your student quickly demonstrated mastery, they may not need to complete all the systematic review pages. So you would move on and utilize the test, okay, to assess your student's progress. Then when you're confident your student has mastered the concept in the current lesson, you move on to the next. So remember, this is more so skill-based and not grade level based, okay? So if your student has not yet mastered the concept, there's solutions for that. Your student may need to do additional practice. There may need to be some reteaching there, reviewing of the concept, review of the videos, go back over the steps again. So this is their 4-step process here of teaching their lessons. So you prepare as the parent or teacher, you present the material, let the student practice, and then you kind of review and assess and see if they've learned the concept. Let's take a quick look here at their, here's the placement test here, and then they have placement tests for classroom use as well. Let's take a look at their sequence very quickly before we finish up. So as I mentioned, it's not grade level based, it is skill based. So primer is their beginning level. This is an introduction to mathematics. You read more about the primer level there. So it gives you an overview of what's included in the primer level. This is where students learn how to write numbers, basic counting. They'll be introduced to addition and subtraction, skip counting, geometric shapes, and telling time. So this is more of an introduction, kind of that beginning level to math there. You can see on their website, they do have a scope and sequence. So all the lessons that will be taught in that unit, they have a sample lesson you can take a peek at. Also, the placement test, if you think this is where your student needs to be, or the test to see where they need to be. And they also have that 4-step approach that we mentioned earlier, okay? It also gives you what you need for that particular level there. So you need the instructional manual, instructional lesson videos. Those are also available on DVD or streaming. And then you need the student workbook, okay? So let's take a look at the other levels here. So primer is the beginning. Then they have alpha. This is where the students conquer single digit addition subtraction. So remember, this is mastery skill based. Then they have beta. This is for multiple digit addition and subtraction. Then they have gamma for single and multiple digit multiplication. Then they have delta for single and multiple digit division. Then epsilon, this is for fractions, those fractions. Then zeta for decimals and percents. And then you head on to the advanced math topics like for middle and high school. So pre-algebra, algebra 1, geometry, algebra 2, pre-calculus, and calculus. So great option here if you're definitely wanting a very detailed, sequence, skill-based, mastery-based curriculum for your children. This is a very popular one in the homeschool community. As I mentioned, it definitely, you make sure your students have learned these skills before moving on to the next skill. So definitely a great option. And you can read about each level on their website. Their website is literally mathuc.com. So you can read about what's detailed there. You can see what comes in the actual curriculum. You can shop on their site. They have a live chat as well if you have more questions. And so they do have support available as well. So they give you the full layout of what is covered at particular level. That's called scope and sequence. You can pull sample lessons, take a peek and see how it looks. Remember to do that placement test to see where your student, what skill level they would work on. And then remember that 4-step approach. So they'll be preparing for the lesson, presenting the concept, exploring the new concepts and skills. Have your child to practice for mastery. They have to really learn the skill, and then you progress on to see if they're ready to go into the next step. So this is a great option for math. Very popular one used by lots of homeschooling families. So very well versed here for math. So definitely go check it out. Go to their website, mathuc.com. I think you can also purchase on Amazon as well as other used book sites as well. As you can see, it is a level-based curriculum here, and then you move on to the upper mathematics. So go check it out. Remember, it includes videos, manipulatives, workbooks. So it has It's pretty much an all-inclusive curriculum that includes all the elements. So the digital screen elements there, hands-on with the manipulatives, paper and pencil with writing and practicing. So it's a very well-packed curriculum for mathematics. All right. So, if you think this may be a great option for you, definitely go head over to mathuc.com and grab it for your children. If not, if this is too involved or not quite what you're looking for, definitely head on over to Homeschool Reading Resources. On this site, there is a free math curriculum guide that you can download that will give you a list of other math options, curriculum options for homeschooling. So here it is, Homeschool Math Curriculum Resources. This is a free instant download. This will give you a list of math curriculum options, websites, and workbooks for math. So if Math UC is not quite what you're looking for, head on over to this site to grab this guide of the curriculum options. You can also peruse our playlist for other math curriculum options as well that we fully go over in detail of how each curriculum is laid out. All right, remember to share this video with other homeschooling families so they can have this information also. Don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified when we upload videos on the latest homeschooling resources. Check out that description box. There are so many helpful links in there. And remember, happy homeschooling.